Yep. Hard rain's going to fall. Continuing from my into the second segment for today, Ground Hog Day, February the 2 of 2017. A Thursday, as I recall. Continuing with this second part of today's episodes of T. McClung's Archer Monologues, a podcast. Or as I like to say, radio online. Rednet radio on top of that. Yes. So, what we have here is we were talking about vaginas and a better word for penis and stuff. You can submit your suggestion down below where it says comments. If you like. Or don't, if you don't want to. And if you do, and if you say something really, really stupid, I'll probably call you out on that and rip you a new one. But how far wrong could you go with just suggesting another word for the word penis? And like I said, we've already done the cock, the prick, the dick. We already know those, so you don't have to write that. If that's your suggestion, you don't have to. It's already been done. We've already got that one. Or those. So, about schlong. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Talking about various things. It's sort of like potpourri Wednesday. No, potpourri Thursday. See, the week's all screwed up because the woman was off from work this week and kind of threw everything out of whack because she had a cold and she was sick, and I felt bad for her. And I, "Are you all right, sweetheart? Can I help you? Can I do it? Would you like me to fix you a nice cup of hot tea, chamomile, or Earl Grey?" Which actually she made it herself. I showed her how to use the machine. Oh, is that condescending or what? I'm pretty sure she knew how to work the machine. It was a new machine. She got it for me for Christmas. She never used it before. She didn't know how it worked. But it was rather simple, really. So I'm not going to be condescending, to her and say I had to teach her how to push a button. I mean, get real. But out of courtesy and to help her out a little bit, I went through the process. You pour water in a cup. You pour the cup of water in the top of the place where the water goes in the cup in the machine, and you close the lid and you push a little button, and the light comes on, and in a minute it boils. And then you set your cup under there, under the spout, and then you push the button, and the water goes into the cup, and that's how it works. And I was showing her that step by step, because it was interaction with a poor woman who was not feeling well. I was just being kind. I wasn't condescending. I'm sure she could have figured out, pour water in here, push a button. When it's done making noises like boiling noises, then push a button and put it in your cup, and there you go. Finish making your tea, sweetheart. She wasn't like incapacitated. She wasn't like an invalid. She wasn't like, paralyzed from the neck fucking down. She was just sick. She had a cold. All right? Miserable, yeah, but not in a coma. But I did offer, to be nice and do things for her while she was sick. But she's a rather strong-headed woman, and that's not a bad thing. And she is rather independent. And that's good, too. So, hey. And that's one of the things I like about her. She's smart, she's independent, and she's strong-willed as a human being. She has her soft side. She has her side where she's a little naive, a little gullible, and a little innocent, yeah. And we all do, probably. Except for George Bush, who has no innocence whatsoever. The man is 100% pure evil and absolutely not. He's guilty as fuck because he's a mass murdering psychopath and retard. The retard part is probably an opinion. The evidence tells me I can conclude that he's not that smart. So what we have here is, and so I was being kind and helpful, trying to be helpful. I wanted to be be nice to her because she was not feeling well, and I would expect probably some consideration if I was not feeling well from her. She would say, "Do you want me to, do something to make you feel better?" Or, make me feel better. Make this damn cold go away, for one thing. And that's beyond her capacity, so that would be silly of me. So, what were we talking about? I know I'm going to go back to the pussy hair thing, because I just thought of something else, and then I promptly forgot it. So, boops. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was going to express my thoughts on this, my personal preferences, etc. When it comes to vaginal area hair, pussy hair, or bush, or whatever, the curlies, the almighty triangular mound upside down over the... That's probably someone's going to say, "Oh, that's a symbol of the Illuminati, the New World Order." No. Women have an order of their own, and it's called, "I'm a woman, and I got pussy hair, and I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to shave it off and leave little shavy bumps and irritations." So you got to be careful about that. Ask me a question, any question. "Oh yeah, do you shave yours, D?" Well, I don't have a vagina, so I wouldn't be shaving my vaginal hair, would I? Duh. I would be shaving my man parts area, if I did. And the question is, do I? I'm now going to announce to the world on the World Wide Web whether I do or do not shave my area down there, that genital area. All right, drum roll. Do I have a drum roll? Okay, let's just do this one. Let's do this one. It's not exactly the right one, but it's the one I got. All right. The answer to that question is, I could do a Johnny Carson thing, like, and the answer is, and blow on the envelope and take it out, and the winner is, the question is, yes, kind of, sort of, and have for quite a few years shaved my ballsack. I don't wax it. I don't put hot wax on my ballsack and rip my ballsack off. I mean, ow! Maybe women's vaginas are tougher than we think. Well, they can take a licking and keep on ticking. They can take a pounding and keep on banging or something. You know what I mean. So anyway, if I gave that some thought, I could probably define that a little better and, make it nice. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So here's the thing. And all right, here we go. I said that, and then here's the sound effect. Yeah. That's what happens when I announce in the room full of, in the studio that's full of people in the audience here live in the studio. They're not. No, I'm making that up. You know better. And they were like, I just announced that, yeah, I shave my ballsack or my scrotum, and I do. And I've just said so publicly, to the world on D. McClung Doctor Monologues. And I'm D. McClung. Seriously, I am. I know because I recognized myself when I looked in the mirror. All right. Oh, by the way, what you see in the mirror is not you. What the mirror sees is you. You got that? It's like a maxim or something. Axiom. It's a maxim or axiom. It's not really a platitude. It could be a philosophical platitude. Anyway, the point is, what you see in the mirror is not you. It's a reflection of you. But it sounds better the way I said it. What you see in the mirror is not you. What the mirror sees is you. In other words, if the mirror was looking at you, it would see you. And then reflect that back at you. That's a very profound statement, by the way. Because people look in the mirror and say, "Oh, I'm looking at myself in the mirror." You're not. No, that's not true. Well, you're looking at yourself in the mirror, meaning you in the mirror, not you in front of the mirror. And how do you get in the mirror anyway? Anyway, that's kind of surreal. Which reminds me, Donald Trump is president of the United States. Tell me something else that's surreal in today's world of politics. Yeah, that's just super real. In a Twilight Zone kind of way, if you know what I'm saying. It's Thursday morning. This should be Monday, by the way. I should be doing this now, and I should be saying, "Hey, this is Monday." But the reality is, it's not. It's Thursday, February 2nd, Ground Hog's Day. I told you that. Well, I said that in the last episode. All right. And no, I don't give a fuck if he sees his shadow or not. The groundhog can, drop dead for all I care. It's a big deal for some people, and they go and they spend money and the time, and they go there and in the cold, probably, and they're like, "Hey, did he see his shadow?" And like, I don't know, did you see yours? I mean, do we really need a groundhog for that? Can't we just walk out the front door of our house, stand in the front yard, and look around and say, "Oh, I see my shadow. Wow, I'm now a groundhog that predicts the weather." You don't really need a groundhog for that. It's just a cute little idea, and it's quaint, and it's cool. Kind of fun. It's kind of a fun thing, and I really don't care. Because no matter what the groundhog says, like what? The groundhog has English, right? No. So the people around the groundhog are saying, "Oh, the groundhog saw his shadow, so he's going back in his house," or whatever, and it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. Or is it the other way around? I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking animal. It doesn't have supernatural powers. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. And you can look at the track record of the what's his name? Consecani Phil? Or is it, what's that other one? Down around the game farm down there. Shit, it eludes me right now. A little senior moment. Anyway, we got those 2, and there might be 3. I don't know where. There might be another one somewhere. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Don't care. It's cute, and I care only in the fact that it's kind of a cute thing, but a tradition, I mean. And I would actually pay attention if Ben Franklin was to tell me in his almanac, If Ben Franklin was alive doing the almanac and putting the predictions about the future weather in it, I would be more inclined to believe him and give him credibility as I would a fucking groundhog. If you don't know what a groundhog is, I'm guessing you don't live anywhere on the planet. So for all you aliens out there in space listening in and monitoring our podcasts, hey, do a Google on it, pal. If you don't have Google on your freaking Martian spaceship, then you're just not with it. Well, now. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Sigh. Hard rain's gonna fall, as Bob Dylan would say. Or he did say. Or he sang it, actually. Or tried to sing it. Or some facsimile of singing. I actually like his voice, so hey. You don't like his voice, you think he can't sing, hey, I don't care. I don't think he cares. He's like freaking rich. because he did stuff called, I'm going to pretend like I'm a singer. All right. And a hard rain's going to fall. And I want to tell you something like that. I think that a hard rain's going to fall because I wrote a song about it and I sang it to you in front of people and I recorded it and it went out in the airways and shit. Hard rain's going to fall. That's a lousy Bob Dylan immigration. Well, anyway, you know what I mean. The Jewish guy that fancies himself a Christian who actually is probably not that bright. Genius when it comes to writing poetry or songs and shit. But you know what? It's his job. He said, it's what he said. He said, I'm just a guy doing his job, earning a living, supporting his family. Decent guy. But anyway, he also said, I don't have to be honest with anybody but myself and God. Yeah. Which is a pretty good axiom if you think about it. Which means he can, like, lie to everybody else. Is that right? Well, he probably could. So, what we have here is 1984. Really is 1984. And it has been for quite a while because the Mindbenders, you know, those bastards that work for the Matrix. And you're gonna, you know, you might get a little chuckle there and say, "Oh, this guy, he's like, he believes in them conspiracy theory ideas." You know, like he's a conspiracy nut. No, I'm not a nut. And sometimes conspiracies are not theories; they're actually proven fact. I think we could probably assume that building number 7, which went, you know, straight down in like about 7 seconds or something. I'm thinking controlled demolition because that's the only explanation possible. Don't want to get into that, but just if you just happen to be thinking about that today, bingo. No. It did not fall down by itself without some assistance from somebody, and I'm guessing maybe the CIA. Talk about evil bastards. Anyway, so the woman, and oh, by the way, if you're a girl or female woman person or whatever, adolescent, whatever, and you're listening to this and you think, you know, he's talking about vaginal hair, you know, pubic hair, whatever. I got an opinion on that, and you want to say something about it? Go ahead. Just go down there, find a comment section underneath this, you know, and then just say something. If you listen to this in the archives, then I'm thinking there isn't a place to make a comment. But I'm sure you can find a way. I mean, you know, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Google Plus, I'm on Friend Life, I'm, you know, Twitter, things like that. Because I'm not antisocial. I'm just asocial. Like amoral. Alright, I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in a few minutes. You won't know it's to you it'll be like a second, or like even a nanosecond, because I'm not going to stop it, and then I'll start it back and I'll continue talking. But if you hear a little clicky type noise, then you know I've just shut this off. And the recording machine, and I will turn it back on. Okay, here we go. See? It was like off, on, right? Like 2 seconds, maybe. Alright, but it was actually longer than that. It was more like a few minutes. Alright then. So, okay, just play some music or sound effects here. Just play a sound effect. I'm not, okay. Alright, I'm back! Thank you very much. 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 I'm back. Recorded not live in the studio. Alright. So, if you're going to, you know, and you got your vaginal hair area around your hair, you know, hair down there, and you think, oh, I'm going to shave it off, be a smoothie, and guys that are going to look at it Who's going to look at it? I mean, what? Are you a stripper? Do you actually work in a nudie bar where you're like freaking naked? Who's going to know that you shaved your pussy if you don't tell them? Or if you don't drop your pants? You know what I'm saying? Or raise your skirt or whatever. Who's going to know? You'll know. Who else is going to know? Maybe some guy that you take back to your apartment and, undress and say, look, a smoothie. And he's going to say, that's cool. Now, can we get on with it? Do you want me to put the money on the table or what? No. Oh, come on. Grow up. Yeah, but maybe she's like, no, don't insult me. I'm going to give it to you for free, baby. Get out. And she gets on her knees and she gives you a nice blowjob because, she had already unbuckled your belt and put your pants down and shit. And she's like, ooh, what a big one. Between my thumb and the tip of my fuck finger. That's how long. That's a long dick. Seriously. Not enormous. It's not like I'm not bragging. It's just fact. I mean, I measured it. That's what it was. Yeah. And for a number of years, I've shaved my scrotum and around in that area because I like it. It feels good. Maybe that's why women do it, partly. Maybe because they figure, you know what? Hair could be like, get dirty and have piss on it and stink and stuff. And I want my pussy to smell good for when the guy goes down there and licks it up. And, I don't want him to get hair in his mouth because he'll probably gag and then he will screw up the female blowjob thing. So, I might have been thinking about that when I shaved my scrotum. Not the hair above my pecker, but below it. Because it feels good and it's kind of cool. And if you're wearing like leather pants and you're not wearing underwear, your scrotum is going to stick to your thigh in hot weather. Trust me, it will. And when that hair starts growing back in like a day or two, it's going to be stubble, and and you're like, knocking your ballsack against her chin, and she's saying, hey, that's kind of prickly. I said, yeah, it is. It's below my prick, actually. And she, no, I mean it's pricking my chin with your little hair stubble. And it's like freaking Brillo pad down there. It's like a little porcupine. You're like a young porcupine with just little short porcupine quills. And why don't you shave your frickin' balls again before you, start banging it against my face? I can imagine somebody saying that, but I've never actually heard that said to me or anyone else for that matter. Anyway, feels good, and it's kind of cool, and I think it's sexy, and I kind of like it. I mean, sexy as far as feeling is concerned. I don't know if somebody looking at it would say it's sexy. Maybe they would. Maybe they would. I don't know. I'm not shaving my hair all over my body. I mean, that'd just be kind of weird. Though I guess people do that. And they have a reason, I guess, but I'm not shaving my armpits. Actually, I think at one point I did shave my armpits. I was like 11 or 12 years old or something. And I got some hair down there. Maybe I was a little older. Maybe I was 15. And I got hair in my armpits. I'm going to shave that off, see how that feels. I wasn't old enough that I would forget what it felt like when I was 8 and didn't have any. I wasn't smart enough to figure, I do remember. Back when I was 8, I didn't have hair in my armpits, and I remember how that felt. It felt like I didn't have any hair in my armpits. That's pretty much what it felt like. So anyway, I took a razor, shaved my armpits, and I admit I was not exactly always a genius. Not that I'm a genius now, but upwards towards that direction. And close to it actually, IQ wise, because I'm up there. Not bragging, just stating fact. And you don't even have to pay attention to what I just said. If you don't want to, just ignore that if you want. Doesn't matter. So, and anyway, in a few days, the hair started growing back in my armpits, and I'm like walking around like a freaking gorilla here with my arms out like like this. Can't see it, but you can imagine my arms are like, in other words, no part of my armpit is touching itself in any way, or my inner arm of my upper arm part is not touching under there at all, because it's prickly. And so I learned a lesson. If you're going to shave your armpits, keep doing it. At least until, expect to get pricked by your armpit hair if you're not going to shave it every day or two. Otherwise, I did. And anyway, I learned a lesson. Not a good idea. It's just not a good idea. I'm not doing it. So, there might be a double standard here, because when I look at a woman and she like raises her arms up in the air, like when I've got her arms, tied at the wrists, with wrist cuffs, and then got her arms tied up like a nice big V shape, like half an X, like half a spread eagle form, and her arms are like up in the air, like praise Jesus, praise Jesus. No, not exactly, but I can imagine it when I see people like with their arms up like this in church. It's like, praise Jesus, like I just imagine, wrist cuffs and ropes or chains, leading up to a rafter, and they're like frozen that way. They're hanging there like that way, and they can't bring their arms down because they're up in the air, and that hurts to hold your arms up like that. At least it hurts me. Don't want to do that for very long. But if she was doing that, that'd be like, praise the Lord. And which is kind of stupid. Okay, I posted something yesterday on my social media places, and I said something profound, actually. All right, hold on a second. I'll look at my notes. All right, I said something to the effect of, see all these, there's people on the internet like Facebook and different places, and they say, pray for my aunt, she's dying. Or pray for the victims of this bus crash, and like 3 people are dead, and like 27 people are like injured, and some are critical, and like pray for those poor children on the school bus who are dead and like injured and in pain and in the hospital. Or my aunt. Send prayers to my aunt, All right, here's the deal. My policy is no, I'm not praying for you or your aunt or your dog. I'm just not doing that. It's just silly. I mean, if you're God, saw it fit to cause your aunt to be in a car accident and get damaged and broken and bruised and hurt, my prayers is not going to dissuade him from what he already did or allowed to happen. And I know there are a lot of people defending God, like, oh, God's not like that. And like, if God is all knowing and everywhere and kind, loving kind of guy, then he did a bad thing. I'm sorry. That's not a good idea. That's not something you can. Oh, my God is wonderful and he loves everybody, but he actually hurts some people. Kills them even. Sometimes, like in the old days, a whole village is just slaughtered, like men, women, children. Bam, dead. Carcasses, burned down their houses and shit. Because Moses said, because God said to Moses, Moses, tell the people what I'm going to say now. Quote me exactly. And Moses says, sure, master. My puppet master. My invisible, fictitious, fairy tale, fantasy being in the sky. If God's in the sky, if heaven's in the sky, I'm guessing here, just because I'm an intelligent person, that he's not, that heavenly place, that God thing is not anywhere in the area of the planet Earth or in the galaxy, because we got telescopes now that can look out there, and he's not there. It just doesn't exist. Which probably explains my being an atheist, because That's just not believable, because the evidence kind of says, nope, not there. So God would have to be outside the galaxy and probably outside the universe, since we can't see him. Well, he's invisible. Yeah, right. Why? Why would he be invisible? If he's out in space, it's like back when they invented this God idea and heaven in the sky and shit. Back when they invented it. Back when people were like, had the brain of a freaking domestic pet. Yes, I just said that. So, no, I'm not saying prayers for your aunt or your auntie or your grandma or whatever that's been in a terrible accident or who's dying from cancer or whatever. I mean, I feel bad for the person just because I'm a human being and I'm decent. I'm a decent human being, and I have some empathy for people who are dead, dying, or in sickness or injured or banged up or bruised or being oppressed. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of sympathetic to people who are oppressed, and that would be just about everybody in America at this point. And in some countries, more oppressed than here, even. But there are actually countries that are not as oppressive as this one. Thus, it is not the greatest country in the world. Duh. Use some brains, for Christ's sake. What are you, 2? All right. So women shave their... I just keep going over here and over here and over here. It's all good, folks. Everything I say is worthy of being listened to. Seriously, I know. And you're saying, oh, what a narcissist that guy is. And yeah, well, guess what? If I am, I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because just because I'm a narcissist doesn't mean I've got a mental illness or an unhealthy view of things. Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I'm going to say, Christians are mentally ill and retarded. And then I'm saying to you right now, oh, yeah. And no, I don't want to be a hypocrite or anything, but so I would have to be honest about that. So maybe I should include a lot of people in that equation that I just presented to you. So anyway, seriously. Anyway, she was hanging, her arms are up in the air tight, and she was like, praise Jesus. No, she was saying, oh God, don't hurt me. Please, let me down, let me go. And right there, rubber strap right across her buttocks. Ow, that hurts. On a side note, I've actually been with women, female persons, who actually, when you spank their ass, they have orgasm. They do. Honest. I've been there, done that, and they did. And I said, wow, that's amazing. You just had an orgasm just by, being across my knee and me smacking your ass with the palm of my hand. Wow, that's amazing. That's like a gift or something. She did. I swear to God she did. All right, a little tidbit of my sexual life. It's not really a secret. But it could be a need-to-know thing. I don't know. But now you know. Because I told you. I don't lie. Seriously. So he said, yeah, you lie. Everybody lies. Okay. Maybe I told a little white lie. I said to somebody like, damn, you're beautiful. When they were like, ugly as shit. Because I'm a nice guy and I don't want to go around hurting people's feelings needlessly. Now, it doesn't mean I won't hurt your feelings needfully, because you deserve to be told. Not that you're ugly. Oh, by the way, do ugly people know they're ugly? Or do they live in denial or ignorance of that fact? Hey, it's relative. What's ugly to somebody might be beautiful to someone else. And I can attest to that fact. I think some rocks are beautiful, even though they're just an ugly old rock. So anyway, if If you want to shave your pussy hair, then go for it. And if you don't want tan, if you don't want, little hair sticking out around your bikini or your thong or whatever, hey, go for it. Free country. It's not a free country, but, at least at this point you can shave or not shave your vaginal area at will, because, I don't know, I don't think there's any law against it. So you can do it. But if you want to look like an 8-year-old, go for it. Just don't be blaming people for looking at, like, let's say you do shave your vaginal area and off your pubes are gone, and you're like, got a smoothie, and all you can see there's a little crack where your pussy is, and you're going to take a picture of that and put it on the internet somewhere, wherever you might put it. Don't be shocked and don't be angry at people if men are like drooling, like, ooh, I want to lick that. Oh, it's nice and smooth, and I won't get hair in my mouth. And I won't punch a pubic hair in my eye as I'm going down, lick. I encourage that, by the way. If you got a pussy around and you're a guy or a girl, if you like girls, if you're a girl who likes girls, lesbian, and you like licking pussy, hey, go for it. And if you got a problem with the hair, then you might suggest, hey, sweetheart, lover bunny, honey buns, could you, do away with the hair there a little bit, because it's getting in my face and my mouth and shit. It makes me gag. As if the smell wouldn't. I'm not saying women stink down there. Some of them do, some of them don't. I had a woman once who did shave her vaginal area and got down there real close. Not naming names here, but I did, and guess what? It was like as pure as fresh driven snow. I mean, not a smell at all. None. Zero. And I said, that's amazing, because that's like the first pussy I have ever put my nose up close to and didn't smell something repulsive. Urine on your pussy area is not sexy. I know maybe there's some perverts out there, freaks that actually fetish like, oh yeah, I just love the smell of pussy. Dirty pussy. Contaminated with piss kind of pussy. Yeah, fine. I mean, to each his own. But I find it not really sexy to smell urine, piss, pee on your freaking vaginal area. I know that's where your pee hole is, but and maybe the experience that we're having right now, not right now, but in the past and perhaps in the future, I'm like got my face down there. I'm licking the clit and stuff, and running my tongue all around the slips and the clit and the hole and shit, like sticking my tongue inside the vagina just a little bit. My tongue isn't that large. I mean, it's not as large as my dick by any means. Anyway, she was very clean, and I guess she took a shower and cleaned her vagina before she came over to see me. Or I went over to see her, or whatever. Or I met her at the mall, whatever the situation was at the time. Or went to Masontown to see her. Yeah, I went to Masontown one time. Yeah, I don't know. You're a universal listener. You may not know anything about Masontown, but if you're from West Virginia and you're listening, then you probably have heard of Masontown. Anyway, I went to Masontown with a buddy of mine. He said, hey, let's go to Masontown. There's some girls, and we can, get some pussy. And I said, sounds good. I'll go with you. And I drove, because I drive. I'm not a good passenger. So anyway, we went to Masontown, and we did it. And the hi girls, and there was a mother and a daughter. I don't mean, the daughter wasn't like 8 years old, all right? Get real. The daughter was like a teenager, and I was young. My buddy was young. We were like, maybe 20, something, 21, 20 years old, whatever, something like that. He was probably younger than me, a little bit, a year or so. So anyway, it was like, oh, and then hi, and then we socialized a little bit and whatever, and then we decided to get naked and have sex. And we did. And Turns out I got to have sex with the mother. And he, my buddy, the younger guy, had sex with the daughter. And they didn't rape it. I mean, we didn't rape them. I mean, they said, yeah, do us, In fact, the woman I was, doing a little foreplay, and she said, put it in, put it in, put it in. And I was going to go down and do a little examination and see what it looked like down there and see if it was any different than anybody else, any other pussy I've ever seen. And she's, no, just put it in. Fuck me now. And so I didn't get to look at it very well. Turns out she had the crabs, and I got what I deserved. Probably. Because I got the crabs. And I won't get into the details of the aftermath of that, but it basically I took them back to my hometown and went to see my girlfriend. Yeah, you cheated on your girlfriend. No, not really. I mean, we don't even get into the cheating thing because that's just mostly bullshit anyway. Maybe in some other time I'll talk about it. But anyway, and I have talked about it. Cheating. It's still, I mean, I wasn't married to the girl or anything. She's just a girlfriend. Fuck buddy. And, oh, by the way, if you're listening to this and you remember that time and you were the girl that was there at the time, I'm sorry. I treated you badly in the end, and I really hate that. Well, there's an innuendo possible there, isn't there? I didn't really treat your rear end badly. Won't get into that detail. But anyway, the mother had 3 tits, by the way. Seriously, I'm not lying. She had 3. See, because she had one here on the left one was like normal size and shape, and not real big, not huge, just maybe a little bit below average actually. And then the other one was like there was 2 nipples, and it was kind of divided in the middle. It's like somebody, some kind of accident in nature or whatever, just kind of split the one boob on her right side of her right boob. It kind of separated it just a little teeny bit. It was like Siamese boobs is what it was. It wasn't like one over here and one over here and one in the middle. That wasn't that clear cut. It was like one was kind of like 2 at the same time. And I witnessed that, and I'm like, that's just freaky. And I only had 2 hands, but I did have a mouth, so I figured 2 hands, 1 hand on this one on this one, and my mouth on that one. Kissy, lippy. Because she had 3 nipples. Very nice nipples, as I recall. I don't know. I guess she was just a freak of nature. And that was just, no one would actually intentionally say, hey, plastic surgeon, we just split this tit kind of in half, so I'll have 2 of them, and then find a nipple somewhere and sew it on the end. Anyway, not on purpose. Why? Who would do that? I would think it would be sort of an inconvenience. Like when you're picking out a bra, for example. Why would anybody wear a bra anyway? Seriously. But, ever, I'm saying. But anyway, she had 3, sort of. And I thought that was, and I was impressed because I was a younger guy. I wasn't a kid, I was like a man. But anyway, she had the crabs, and I went to the bathroom after, I fucked her. And I went in the bathroom to pee, and looked at and went, what the fuck? And there was white stuff, and I said, that's like my cum is on my hair, pussy hair. Around my vagina, around my dick. I said, that's weird. And I didn't even know about crabs. I never heard of crabs at that point. So, obviously I was young and naive. I'm out of time again. God damn it. All right. Demon Clung, Archer Monologues. I'll continue this in the next episode. Catch you later.